welcome into the DNVR Rockies podcast. I am your host, Suzie Hunter, and kind of a special episode. I'm coming at you live from our PHLY studios in Philly. First of all, can we just comment on how cool this space looks? If you're watching us live on YouTube, I sure hope you are. We're little change of scenery. I'm in town visiting some family, and by family, in addition to my sister who's here watching the show live, I also mean the Philadelphia Phillies. They are all my blood relatives. Now, what we have, we got a show for y'all. We got a nice, quick little off-season Rockies show for you. But guess what? A former Rocky, he is still in season. I'm talking about Jon Gray, not too far removed from the Rockies, and he's going to a World Series. Plus, we're also going to talk about how a team with 100+ losses just a couple of seasons ago is attending the World Series. And then we're going to speculate which all-city team will face the Rangers in that World Series. Will it be the Phillies? Will it be the Diamondbacks? We are going to a Game 7 tonight. It is crazy. Gonna be crazy. But yeah, let's talk about Jon Gray. Jon Gray wanted to stay a Rocky. From the lore that we've heard, his agent convinced him not to. And now he is going to a World Series. He is in the running to get a World Series ring. If that's not turning your life around, I don't know what is. Guys, make sure you are hopping in the comments. Let me know if you have questions, if you want to talk Rockies, if you've got concerns, you want to talk prospects. Guys, we can do it all. We can do it all. But yeah, thanks for hanging out with us this beautiful afternoon. I promise I will try to not talk about the Phillies too much, but how could you not when the Phillies and the Diamondbacks are heading to a Game 7? The Phillies have actually fun fact, Phillies have never been to a Game 7. Never been to a Game 7 in the 150 years of Phillies history. Never. But, we're on it tonight. We are on it tonight. Let's reel it in. Let's talk about the Rockies a little bit, or at least let's talk about baseball happening right now, and we're going to make it about the Rockies. We mentioned Jon Gray, one of our star pitchers that we sure do wish we had around, heading to a World Series. Manny Rendawa pointed this out on Twitter. If the D-backs find a way to win tomorrow, he meant today, win that Game 7, the World Series clubs will have each reached the Fall Classic 2 years after losing 100+ games. Oh, also, shout out to Yaya, also producing today from afar. Thank you for holding down the fort. Thank you for pulling up that screenshot. I love that.
I'm not far away. You're far away.
You're far away.
I'm where I'm supposed to be. I am home.
I'm home. Yaya also, we always talk about how much Yaya would thrive, not just vibe, he would thrive in Philly because he's the meanest one at DNVR, and he would fit right in here in Philly. Hey, J-Rocks, best wishes to the Gray Wolf. I agree, as Patrick Saunders and Thomas Harding would say, they love doing the howl. They will do it right to his face. They're insane. We should get them on the show. They're my favorite crazy people, my favorite Rockies beat people for sure. But yeah, that would be crazy. That would be absolutely wild to see. 2 World Series teams facing each other, and both teams had lost 100+ games just a couple of seasons ago. That's where the Diamondbacks are at right now. That's where the Rangers are at right now. We'll see if we get that matchup, but no matter what happens tonight, there's at least one team in the World Series coming up that lost 100 games just a couple of seasons ago. And listen, that is what we would hope for. That is what we would hope for. There's a lot of postseason teams, by the way, who lost 100+ games just a couple of seasons ago. Eric in the chat, who do you think wins Game 7 of the NLCS tonight? I think the Phillies, knock on wood. I'm so biased here, you guys. You know that. You know that I live and die for the Phillies once we're at this time of year. And I think the Phillies are going to do it. But listen, I'm nervous as hell. But I think in my core, the Phillies can get it done tonight. I think that's what will happen. The Diamondbacks have had an incredible season and also an incredible run in this NLCS. So really anything can happen. And the Phillies have never been in a situation known as Game 7. They've never been here before. So wild. We will, we're going to get into, recap. We're going to get into the NLCS, the ALCS. We're going to talk about it all in just a second. But first, hold on. Yaya, do you have something to say?
Yeah, you know why the Phillies have never been in the Game 7?
Why?
Because the Rockies swept them in 07.
One of the many occasions where the Phillies could have possibly gotten to a Game 7. No, yeah. In 07, Phillies were not even close to a Game 7 situation because of the Colorado Rockies sweeping. Also, we should definitely mention, or let's not forget rather, that the last time the Diamondbacks were in the NLCS, it was against the Colorado Rockies. That's hilarious to me. Let's talk about.
Didn't they get swept again?
Wait, what?
Didn't the Diamondbacks also get swept that time?
Yeah, because the Rockies swept everyone.
Exactly. So
the Rockies swept everyone except for the team that mattered, which was the Boston Red Sox.
I'm telling you right now, the Rockies would sweep both teams right now.
What? How's that Immaculate Vibes joint pack, you high son of a bitch? That would be crazy. No, listen, we've got some really good pieces. We're going to be in a position one of these days in just a couple of seasons where we can actually say with a straight face, the Rockies could sweep them. I don't think this Rockies team this year could have swept the Diamondbacks or the Phillies right now. I don't think so. Yeah, you crazy. Let's talk a little bit though about the Rockies out there catching strays on social media last night. Cespedes Family Barbecue, big fan of the account except for last night. So they tweeted out the Rangers. Hey, the Rangers are 8-0 on the road this postseason. The Rockies only won 8 road games after the All-Star break this year. This is true. This is a true fact. These are real numbers. Cespedes Family Barbecue. Why'd you got to play us like that? That's so mean. We're being bullied. Also, by the way, I think I mentioned kind of briefly, my sister Lauren is here in studio hanging out. We did a selfie on Twitter, but she is not prepared to come on. She's not a Phillies person. She's more of a Flyers girl. But I don't think Lauren's ever seen me at work doing a show, and it's hilarious because now, I don't know, Lauren, what do you think? She thinks it's great. I think she's only saying that because she's afraid that we're all insane here. All right. Where are we at right now? We are going to, let me pull my little outline back up. Hey, we got some more Rockies heading to the Roberto Clemente League. So the Lions de Ponce, I don't know if I said that right. I know I didn't say it right. Yeah, you can come in and correct me. But listen, we got 3 Rockies on that team in Puerto Rico for this little winter season, which I think is so exciting. Brian Castillo and Yanquiel Fernandez are joining Zach Veen. They're all going to be on this team together. I think that's fun. Also, I like seeing these guys getting in some work in the off season. We'll check in on the Arizona Fall League in just a second. But you know what? First, let's shout out our friends at Saturday Neon because they have the absolute coolest neon signs that are going to upgrade your man cave. My favorite thing about them is that it's a company started by 2 former college roommates at CU. They had this idea to make these officially licensed neon LED signs, and they're based in Denver. So you're supporting a local brand, supporting a local company, but they've got stuff for, they've got stuff for CU. They've got their buff signs. They've got officially licensed signs for 19 different schools. So it's great for offices, man caves, dorm rooms, basements, if you've got a bar at your house. And I will say, listen, we are just 2 months away from Christmas Eve on the recording of this podcast right now. So you should probably start thinking about what you are getting for other people. Makes a great gift. Just saying. But you're going to head to SaturdayNeon.com and use code DNVR for 10% off of your order. And you're getting free shipping on orders over $200. Doesn't get any better than that. And honestly, it doesn't really get any better than DraftKings because things are heating up. We've got the NBA now. We've got NFL, of course. We've got MLB postseason action. Things are heating up. Every single play is electric. And here at DraftKings Sportsbook, you won't miss a moment of the action because new customers can score $200 instantly in bonus bets for betting just $5 on baseball. Plus, all customers can take a crack at a sweet payday with DraftKings same-day parlays. You can string together multiple bets from a single game for your shot at a major payout. What are you waiting for? Download DraftKings. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app right now. Use code DNVR, and new customers are getting $200 instantly in bonus bets for betting just $5 on baseball. Only at DraftKings Sportsbook with code DNVR. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.1800gambler.net. In New York, call 877-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort in Kansas, licensee partner Golden Nugget, Lake Charles, Louisiana, 21 plus, age varies by jurisdiction, void in Ontario. See dkng.co/baseball for eligibility, terms, and responsible gambling resources. Bonus bets expire 7 days after issuance. Eligibility and deposit restrictions apply. All right, listen, we're gonna pick out a little pick of the week too. So I'm looking at the DraftKings Sportsbook app right now, and all right, we got all right. Brandon Pfaadt, that is how you say his name, is on the mound tonight. Rangers for the Diamondbacks. For the Phillies, it's Ranger Suarez. We got the Phillies at plus 120 odds right now. The over-under is 8. Okay. Maybe I take the over on this one. I don't know. This is a pick of the week. We gotta pick this. We're live, Suze. What are we doing? I am gonna say I'm taking the over. No, I'm not. I don't know. This is the worst DraftKings pick of the week ever. Real fast, I'll read that comment that came up. Yeah, bring it back. Damn it. So upset with you right now. J-Rock saying, with the Nuggets, ring ceremony, and everything, DNVR and Lodo will be rocking. Hope Rocktober returns. Nothing like it. That is so true. Nothing like Rocktober. Oh, we have so many comments on YouTube, by the way. Eric in the chat, Jon Gray was with the Rockies 2 years ago, and now he's playing in the World Series with the Rangers. That is 2 years ago. What a different world for the Rangers. Okay, so that 2 years ago, they had no Jon Gray. The Rockies had Jon Gray, and they also lost more than 100 games that season. And now Jon Gray is a part of this monster team. What are they doing right? What are the Rangers doing right? This is a topic that we're going to explore to death all freaking week. It's going to be fun. Joseph in the chat, I hope Craig Kimbrell doesn't enter the game tonight. Oh, you and me both. Good Lord. You should see our family group chat, the Hunter family group chat. My other sister, Heather, absolutely hates Craig Kimbrell now. He was not on her radar before. She did not realize he does this every postseason with a different team where he goes in and stresses everyone the hell out. I know Red Sox fans still talk about it from a few years ago. My goodness. Craig Kimbrell, I don't need to see any more of him this postseason. He is so stressful. I will say, though, I imagine out of the bullpen, we will see Jeff Hoffman tonight. We didn't see him the past couple of nights. I think this could be a good night for Jeff Hoffman, or a disaster of a night. I don't know. Let's make sure we are all up to date on the comments. Yeah, I think we got them all. Oh, wait, Earl in the chat. Cardinals better than Rockies? Bitch, are you sure? Like, what?
He's talking about the Arizona Cardinals. That's the only team better than the Rockies right now.
But like apples and oranges. If you mean the St. Louis Cardinals, Earl, I'll have what you're having because you are on drugs. Like you have to be. The Cardinals are not that much better than the Rockies. We are all in the off season right now. All of us. All right, let's check in on. Now we're going to talk about the insane ALCS game last night. Game 7, Rangers win 11-4 over the Astros. Adolis Garcia was the star of that game. He's kind of been the star of that series, and he's been on a journey too. So, of course, in the past 4 games, we've seen 5 home runs from him. Absolutely explosive. Jeff Passan pointed this out on Twitter, though. So on December 21st, 2019, oh, that's my birthday, by the way, the Texas Rangers paid a nominal sum of cash to the St. Louis Cardinals for the rights to a 26-year-old outfielder with 17 major league at-bats. His name was Adolis Garcia. In the ALCS this year, Garcia is hitting .357, 400, .893 with 5 home runs and 15 RBI. And then Derek Gould added to this on Twitter. On February 10th, 2021, the Rangers designated Adolis Garcia for assignment and cleared a spot on the 40-man roster for Mike Fultonewicz. Okay. All other 29 teams, including the Cardinals, let him clear waivers. And on February 13th, Rangers invited Adolis Garcia as a non-roster player to camp. So, there we go. A sleeper player right there, Adolis Garcia, who is heating up at the exact right time for the Rangers. Him and Corey Seager, too. This is another crazy, crazy stat. There are only 2 players in the history of baseball to have 7 or more home runs, 20 or more RBI in a single postseason, and that is Adolis Garcia and Corey Seager, a couple of those guys that they have added in the past couple of years. Eric in the chat, it was 2023 that the Rockies lost 110 games. 110 games? It was 103 games. I'm so sorry. I don't know what I'm doing. No, it's true. This is the year. This is the year that I hope we look back on. I hope we have these I hope the Rockies have these Jeff Passan tweets that are like, the Rockies had their worst season in history in 2023 and they lost 103 games. And now look at them in the World Series. That's like the tweets I want to see. That's what I would love to see. We got some cold take. We had some fun cold take tweets last night. Shout out, of course, to the baseball images that precede unfortunate events account. One of the best accounts. So KFC Barstool tweeted yesterday, Max Scherzer on the bump tonight. Game 7 just became a Mets game. Astros by a million. Or by a billion, bet the rent. I guess KFC Barstool has been evicted from his apartment, and that is a damn shame for him. No, that take aged very poorly. Max Scherzer, of course, his first game back off the IL earlier in this ALDS. Yeah, it was a terrible start. But you know what? He got it together. An 11-4 win for the Rangers. Nothing to turn your head at. That was pretty wild. Kind of crazy that so many of those wins came on the road. Feels a lot like 2019. I'm not sure if you guys saw this, though. Speaking of the ALDS, could this be the last we see of Dusty Baker? The Athletic posted that Dusty Baker has expressed to multiple sources inside and outside the Astros organization that 2023 will be his final season as manager. That is what sources told The Athletic. Listen, this is a 2-time World Series champion, 3-time manager of the year. He was a player for 19 years. He's been a manager for 26 years. And he is, I mean, he's one of the older managers. Is he the oldest? I think he might be. He's up there. He doesn't have anything to prove to anyone. And he's not going to the World Series this year. We'll see. You know what? Would I be surprised? I don't think I would be surprised. You know, he's paid his dues. He's done his work.
He's trying to find a nice way to say that he's old.
He's a million years old.
That's what you're trying to do. Don't lie. You were trying to find a nice way.
You know what? I don't want
to be nice. I don't talk to these people.
You know what, Yaya? You do not have to be nice. You don't talk to these people. No one's credentialing you. No, he's all right. I'm gonna reel it in. I'm gonna read some comments. Burge in the chat saying, not a fan of Jon Gray. Now that we scampered to Texas after he said that he still wanted to pitch in Colorado after the trade deadline. I don't think he's scampered. I think it's just the Rangers were really throwing money at everyone. They were just giving so much money to everyone that season after they lost more than 100 games. And from the lore that we've heard, the lore is that Jon Gray wanted to stay a Rocky and that his agent convinced him otherwise. So listen, you can feel however you want to feel about Jon Gray, but I don't know if you're going to hate him. I don't know if that's the reason to hate him. J-Rock's in the chat. Texas tried to get hitting to fix things. Parentheses, Seager and Simeon. They were terrible. They added some pitching. All the same, they defy the odds and are a Cinderella. Yeah, they took a lot of risks on a lot of guys, especially pitching. Pitching's so risky. DeGrom, you know, he's not healthy right now. Good thing they have a healthy Jon Gray, though. Not as healthy as he could be, but you know what? They made it. They're making it work. Eric, thank you for pointing out that Dusty Baker is 75 years old. It's pretty old. Oldest person I've ever heard of.
Yeah, he saw the dinosaurs at that point.
Oh my gosh. You know what? I'm not trying to bully anyone for their age. I don't want to be called an ageist, but also I don't know. Most people over the age of 60 do not know how to watch the show anyway. So we're not their target audience. We're not their target audience. Oh, you're back.
I'm kicking you out. It's my show now. So, guys, talking about Dusty Baker, I'm playing with you. This is not a good
Oh my gosh, I cannot believe Yaya just took over the show. That was insane. What is happening? What is happening? All right, you know what is happening? You know it's always happening. The FOCO overalls are so happening. They are the sports apparel of the moment. They have been seen here in Philly in the postseason. People are loving those Philly overalls, including the whole damn team. But also, we've got FOCO overalls for almost every team. We've got the Broncos ones. The Nuggets ones are sick. They have those paint splatter ones. They're so cool. And FOCO, they know what they're doing because they are the leading manufacturer of sports and entertainment merchandise with a product line that includes apparel, accessories, toys, collectibles. We got all these bobbleheads here. FOCO, obviously, they don't just have stuff for Denver sports. They've got stuff for all the different markets. I am here in this absolutely stacked studio in Philly. We've got some really cool bobbleheads going on. They have the best officially licensed gear for all sports teams, all fandoms. And listen, FOCO always has our back. As Colorado sports fans, they have yours too. Get the best gear around by using the link in the description of this podcast and use code DNVR for 10% off all non-pre-sale items. Again, that is code DNVR. Check the link to FOCO in the description of this show. And it wouldn't be a Rockies podcast unless we mentioned our friends at Backus and Schenker, because Backus and Schenker has been helping those seriously hurt in accidents in Colorado, and they've been doing it for more than 25 years. And you guys know it is totally free until they win money in your case. There is no fee while they work on it. you are only paying unless you're all getting money. And they've done it a lot. They've done it to the tune of more than $1 billion. And they've got neighborhood offices all over Colorado too. But they have the strength and power to win your case. More than 30 lawyers, more than 100 staff. Here's the bottom line. You're going to call 222-2222. All too lows. Find out if you have a case for free because Backus and Shanker wins. All right, let's get into, now that we know how old Dusty Baker is, let's talk about last night's NLCS Game 6 here in Philadelphia. It was lifeless. The Phillies were absolutely lifeless. Did anyone check their pulse? I don't know what I was watching last night, but it did not look like the Phillies team that we've been watching the rest of this postseason. So we were talking about this. I popped on the PHLY Phillies show last night. Jamie Lynch was saying, he was like, there's no way they can look like that 2 nights in a row. The Phillies have to win tonight. That's what I'm thinking. Listen, if you're a fan, oh my gosh, this is the craziest storyline to me. There is a lot riding on this Game 7, not just if you're a Phillies fan or a D-backs fan. If you're a Mad Dog Chris Russo fan, we know that he gets a little unhinged on his show. He's got that show, of course, on MLB Network. He's on Sirius XM. He was on his radio show on Sirius XM Monday afternoon. He said that if the Diamondbacks win Game 7 tonight, if the Diamondbacks go to the World Series, he will retire on the spot. That is absolutely mad to me. So yeah, that is what he said. He said that and they were talking about it on the show today. Him and Alana Rizzo, when they were on their show on MLB Network today, it came up again. And he's like, yeah, I've told my bosses I'm going to have to retire if the Phillies do not win this Game 7. But he also added his contract on Sirius XM is up anyway. So I guess it's pretty low stakes. I don't know. This whole storyline is wild. I am curious to see if that loud sports yelling man follows through on that. But that is a bet right there. Also, apparently, if the Phillies win the World Series, everyone here is getting tattoos, and they invited me into that too. I have no tattoos, but I'm like the least tatted person in my family. I have none. Now, see, if I knew, okay, so if the only way the Phillies could win the World Series was me getting a tattoo, like, I guess I would do that. So, like, will I do it? I don't know. Like, I'm thinking about it, but like, I don't know. I have nothing on me right now. I'm a Sagittarius. I can't commit. How am I supposed to commit to a tattoo? How could I? I'm going to check the comments real fast to see what we have going on. And guys, listen, if you've got questions, comments, concerns, whatever, pop them in there. I'm reading all the comments because that is the DNVR Rockies promise. Yeah. Game 7 fun fact. Since we get a Game 7, I mentioned this earlier, the Phillies have never had a Game 7, which is the craziest stat to me because the Phillies have been in a lot of really good situations, a lot of really bad situations. Can't believe a Game 7 is not one of them. I don't know if a Game 7 is good or bad, man. I'm just stressed. I'm so stressed today. Another fun Game 7 fact. So, of course, we know the ALCS went to a Game 7 last night, too. Dusty has never won. Dusty Baker has never won a Game 7. Bruce Bochy has never lost a Game 7. How? How is that possible? If anything, maybe Dusty Baker should, like, stay in the game a little bit longer just so he can say, like, oh, finally, I won a Game 7. But he might not ever. Wow. The man who's done it all can't win a Game 7. Dusty Baker is also the manager with the most Game 7 losses in MLB history. He has lost 4 Games 7. Never won one. That is so crazy. Real fast, we just want to shout out our friends at Breckenridge Brewery, our good friends, and man, some good beer too. Of course, the beer of the month at the DNVR bar is still the Broncos Country Pale Ale. You were getting a whole pint of that for $6. Guys, head on down too. I think that the bar is going to be real fun tonight. But Breck Brew has a beer for any occasion, and they have been doing this in Colorado. They've been making this beer for 33 years. They love what they do. They have a passion for what they do. And they also love our environment because they are making this all with 100% renewable energy. And let's not forget, of course, about the Avalanche Amber, the Mile High City Golden Ale, the Fun Slinger, the Good Company Hard Seltzer. And they're going to have a party at the Monkey Barrel to celebrate a year of Fun Slinger. And that party is also going to include a chance to win the Never Summer Artist Series snowboard. These are so freaking cool every year. I've never seen such cool snowboards in my life. Like, they make me want to snowboard. They make me want to. Yeah. But anyway, that party will be on November 3rd from 5 p.m. And the first 100 guests there get a free Fun Slinger lager. Did you just pop in? I don't know. Were you trying to say something?
I left to go get a breakthrough.
You also actually, it looks like you did leave. You changed locations. Yaya is our chief chaos officer today. Congratulations. But yeah, head to breckbrew.com to find a Breck Brew near you. I know I can actually probably find some in Philly because they've got Breck Brews everywhere. I will be looking one up so I can feel like I'm in Colorado, even though I'm in Philadelphia right now. But yeah, breckbrew.com to find a Breck Brew near you. All right. How's everyone doing, fam? Eric in the chat, will MLB ever hire a female manager? The Giants interviewed Alyssa Nakin. Yes, they did. I am so excited that the Giants interviewed her. And I think we talked about this on the show maybe last week, but this girl's mad qualified. By girl, I mean woman. She's a grown-ass woman. She has been in that organization for a decade. She is so qualified for that job. So, I mean, whenever a woman is up for a job that is traditionally a boy's job, men will hop in the comments on social media and say stuff like, well, as long as she's the most qualified, well, why else would they interview her if she wasn't the most qualified? If anything, if you're a woman applying for these jobs, you have to be twice as qualified as any other man in the running. I know that as a woman, and you guys should know that too. Because there is just such a stereotype, a stigma, we're going to get there though. It's a huge step though, because it's believed that Alyssa Nakin is the first woman to be interviewed officially for a Major League Baseball managerial position. Man, that would be so cool. I mean, we've already had a female GM in Kim Ang, and she was great. And also, I mean, her departing, the way that she has departed the Miami Marlins now has been very disappointing because they were trying to hire someone over her. She doesn't need a boss. She should be the boss of everyone. So I think we're living in really exciting times in terms of seeing women in roles that we haven't gotten to see them in. And I'm excited. I'm so excited that Alyssa Nakin was interviewed for the managerial job left open by known goofball Gabe Kapler. Everyone knows it. Let's talk about the Arizona Fall League. Sterling Thompson is continuing to solidify himself as a hitter to watch. And listen, he's 22 years old. He has, ever since he was drafted by the Rockies last year, he's been hitting. He's got that power. And right now, he is hitting .345 in the Fall League. He's got 9 RBI so far. So he is producing. He is making that name for himself. Very exciting stuff. Obviously, here in Colorado, we need great defenders, of course. We need even more great pitchers. But damn, we love a dude who can mash. And that would be exciting to see if he can keep this up. Hopefully we see him in Colorado soon. Let's check the chat. Guys, this has been a fun show. We're going to maybe wind down a little bit. because this is, we've kind of gotten into everything we need to get into. I think later on this week, we're going to explore a little more how the Rockies could potentially replicate what the Rangers have done this season, because that is the dream. Listen, losing all those games and then turning it around in just a couple of seasons is the dream. That is what we want. Yaya, what can I help you with?
They should start by trying to get Jon Gray. I think he'd be a great pitcher for the Rockies. I think he'd help them out a lot at the long run.
And you know what? I think he actually likes the Rockies a lot too. Maybe now that he's gotten that ring. Well, like, here's the key. The key to what the Rangers have done too. They lost all those games and then immediately spent $500 million on talent. What if we did that? That would be so fun. That would be so fun if we could do that. Let's take all that money that the Montforts are making off of, the bars in McGregor Square, and let's buy Jon Gray back. Let's buy Jon Gray back. Listen, super fun night at the bar. I can't believe I'm missing out on it, but it's Nuggets opening night. There's a watch party at the DNVR bar. And are we raising the banner? Is there a banner to be raised, Yaya? Are you listening? He's not. No, but that'll be a lot of fun.
I am listening. Then there is a banner to be raised.
There's a banner. Like, we're raising a banner at the bar, right?
If you're in Denver and you're interested at all, there might be multiple banners being raised. Maybe not tonight, but recently, hopefully soon. But it's going to be a lot of fun today for sure.
That's so sick. And also, like, very cryptic. Like, ooh, there are more banners. Are we going to raise the Rockies 2023 participation banner? We participated in the 2023 season. We were there. Guys, this has been so fun. We're going to close this out. I'm going to enjoy the rest of my time in Philly. I'm going to hang out with my sister. We're going to get some DeFabio's chicken nuggets after this. If you know, you know. And I will be back at noon on Thursday. And I'll be back in Denver too, by the way, unless I miss my flight. But Patrick will be back at noon tomorrow too. I think he's still in Arizona. I have no idea where Patrick is, but he'll be hosting a show wherever he is. At noon tomorrow, Mountain Time, of course. And Yaya and all of you and all of y'all, you know what I like to say about, what Bud Black likes to say about closing out a podcast. And you know what that is. Oh, he likes to say, fuck it, we ball. I will talk to you guys on Thursday, but Patrick will be back here at noon. Join us again on the DNVR Sports YouTube channel. See you later.